Hey folks, it's Max here and welcome to another TW9 video. You join us for the final, the second day of the AEW Battle of Los Angeles. Hopefully we'll get it right next time. But I suppose in terms of the stamina of the workers, it's going to lead to maybe a little bit less fatigue because 4 matches in 2 days would have been a bit mental. Obviously some of them will have 3 matches, but I'm looking forward to it. It's a good opportunity to try out some dream matches, to see what works, to see what doesn't work, and go for there. But really looking forward to it, and it should be something spectacular. So we're going to be on the AEW network, we're going to be on Cablevision, we're going to be on Eurosport India, and I think without further ado, let's get this 375-minute show on the road with very minimal angles, because a lot of the matches were given a good bit of time. So here it is, starting with round 2, Jon Moxley versus Bryan Danielson will kick us off. This is the AEW Battle of Los Angeles. So we've got 10,258 fans in the Gallon Centre. We have given the speech pre-show to get the workers buzzing, and we have obviously a babyface entrance. You want the crowd going wild to start the show, and we have Bryan Danielson to the final countdown with a very solid 88 rated segment. Will he progress to the semi-finals? Let's find out. And we start off with about the had superb wrestling and good heat. Bryan Danielson defeats Jon Moxley in 21:41 by pinfall with a running knee. So Mox is out, Bryan is into the semi-finals, a wrestling rating of 93, 72 crowd, 84 for the segment as a whole. 91 for Jon Moxley's performance, 96 for Bryan Danielson. They've got a storyline, so that advances that and gains heat. Both guys have great chemistry together, so that boosts the match up as well. But quite happy for that for the opener. Solid stuff. Bryan progresses. And then next up we had about the had superb wrestling and good heat. And it was champion versus champion, which we have 2 of tonight. Same in the women's tournament as well. But as a world champion, Kazuchika Okada, who defeats the international champion Walter in 23:37 with the Rainmaker. These two were spectacular. 92 for the wrestling, a 75 for the crowd rating, and an 87 segment overall. 93 Walter, 91 Okada. The crazy thing is, oh no, I thought I had to make Walter look strong. He wasn't too happy to take the defeat, but I thought, no, we'll just book the match as we would, and we'll give Walter a wee bonus. But yeah, we've had some good matches so far, and how about a semi-final of Bryan Danielson versus Kazuchika Okada. Into the women's side of the bracket, and it was a decent matchup. The saw Mercedes Moné defeat Toni Storm in 21:29 with a bank statement. So this one was okay, 77 Mercedes to 61 for Toni. Overall it was a 74, so good stuff there. Mercedes is into the semi-final. And she will be facing Io Shirai, as and about had some good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. Io Shirai defeats Bayley in 14:10 with a German suplex hold. I made this one steal the show because I still have to use my free match aims, and I just felt like Io's going to just make that work. A fantastic 88 performance from Io, a 69 from Bayley, and overall the 80 rated segment is fantastic stuff. So no Bayley versus Mercedes match, we'll avoid that confrontation. But how does the semi-final of Mercedes Moné Io Shirai sound? Pretty good stuff. Moving back to the men's side, it was about that had superb wrestling and good heat, as Will Ospreay continues to get the better of Hangman, and he wins in 22:58 with the Hidden Blade. So I was tempted to do interference with MJF, but we'll keep that storyline to Collision. But these two had 89 wrestling, a 71 for the crowd, 80 segment overall. It was hampered a good bit because of the lack of selling, but yeah, overall, pretty solid stuff. And it's going to be Ospreay against either Jay White or Kenny Omega. And those two did battle, superb wrestling match with good heat. Kenny Omega defeats Jay White in 21:53 with the One-Winged Angel. So Kenny straight in there with a 92 performance, 90 for the wrestling, 73 for the crowd, and an 88 segment. So there you go. Your semi-finals are Bryan Danielson, Kazuchika Okada, and Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay. We finish out round 1 for the women with 2 matches in the other side of the bracket. It was a wild brawl that had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd as Jamie Hayter defeats Willow Nightingale in 13:55 with a Falcon Arrow. A 77 for the wrestling and a 77 segment overall. Jamie with a fantastic 83 to Willow's 71. I just feel like I want to keep investing in the Jamie push right now as a former women's champion. And in the first round, we had a good wrestling match here. Great to be honest, with good heat. Becky Quinn defeats Athena in 1844 with hard knocks. Both ladies brought good 80 performances, 82 wrestling, 71 for the crowd, 80 for the segment. So your other semi-finals, Becky Quinn versus Jamie Hayter. Semi-final time, and it was a bout that had superb wrestling and good heat. And Kazuchika Okada defeats Bryan Danielson in 28-25 with a Rainmaker. So Okada into the final, the champ is there. 95 performance for the wrestling, 75 crowd, 87 segment. 94-95 performance with good chemistry together. I think maybe is fatigue setting in already. Physical condition, that's fair enough. That's more the longevity of their matches they've had over time, so that's cool. That's always going to be a factor. But yeah, great performance. I absolutely obviously love Bryan Danielson, but I realise I can't keep pushing it with the moon in every save I do. So Okada will be in the final. Moved on to the women's side of the bracket, and it was a great wrestling match and a decent reaction from the crowd as Io Shirai defeats Mercedes Moné in 25:04 with a moonsault press. This was our storytelling matchup of the night. 80 for the wrestling, 68-7 for the crowd, and a 75 segment overall. Both ladies had good chemistry together, which lifted the matchup. Io was 85, played Mercedes 75. You're probably wondering, why is that a storytelling match? Mercedes wasn't going to put her over with creative control, which obviously I can't control, so we had to book Mercedes to look strong, and that obviously takes a few points off it, so I thought, yeah, we'll just make it storytelling as well and take the hit on it. So hopefully Mercedes contracts come up so we can get rid of that creative control. I don't want to just edit it away, I'd rather face the challenge of having it. I know that's why I wanted the TBS Championship offer pretty quickly, so I'm hoping we can get some women to her level so she doesn't mind dropping that title at one point down the line. So Io Shirai in the final later tonight. She'll be facing the winner of this match. And we had a great wrestling match with good heat. And Jamie Hayter defeats Becky Quinn in 2017 with a curb stomp. 84 for the wrestling, 72 for the crowd, 80 segment overall. 86 for Becky's in-ring performance, 81 for Jamie, and the creative success finish was a success. Are they going to be fatigued? More penalised for the odd face heel combination. That's cool, I can deal with that one. So, you'll probably get that penalty in the final. The reason for Jamie going over, Becky's far more over. And I felt like, well, if Becky's happy to put Jamie over, then it's an opportunity to get her some popularity. So we can run with that and we can have a fantastic Io versus Jamie Hayter match. So, yeah, pretty good stuff. Happy with the women's divisions going at the top anyway. Next up, a match many years in the making. We've got a special entrance for Kenny Omega. That is an 88. So here we go. Kenny Omega, Will Ospreay to face Kazuchika Okada in the final. 91 from these two. They had sensational wrestling and good heat as Ospreay defeats Kenny in 29:56 with the Stormbreaker. 97 wrestling is fantastic. 91 segment overall, but no. 98 for Kenny, 97 for Will. Great chemistry. So that gets that we kind of finally got the one over Kenny Omega. Both guys penalised for physical condition and both being baby faces. That's absolutely fine. So it means your two main matches tonight. Women's Battle of Los Angeles final is going to be Jamie Hayter, Io Shirai, and for the men it's going to be Kazuchika Okada versus Will Ospreay. And on the women's side, a bout that had superb wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. Io Shirai defeated Jamie Hayter in 23:39 with moonsault press, meaning that Io Shirai wins the 2025 Women's Battle of Los Angeles. 87 wrestling, 69 for the crowd, 77 segment, and 90 and an 85. So we've obviously lost a bit because they are both baby faces. Are they fatigued? Actually, no, just mostly for the face combination and Io's physical situation, having so many matches. It's taken a bearing on her career. But yeah, looking forward to that one. Because I know, well, I kind of gave it away when I said, oh, it didn't matter who really won it to Becky and Jamie. That was kind of the giveaway that I didn't want to mention. It was when I was saying it, I was like, oh, well, I've gave it away now. But yeah, plan is Io versus Mercedes at All Out, which hopefully can be absolutely spectacular. And I want to put it in a position where Mercedes creative control isn't an issue, so we can kind of be aggressive and give them a lot of time. So deleted that one. Special celebration, flowers for Io Shirai, obviously confirming she'll battle Mercedes All Out, pending if there's any title changes beforehand. Obviously something could happen at Forbidden Door, but we'll probably just give Mercedes whatever women she wants from Stardom and have a banger. But 76, delighted with that one. And that leads us to our main event for the men's Battle of Los Angeles. Oh my god, that's my best match so far. And I think if we had selling, that's 100. Oh, that's gotten. Because we are obviously aiming to get all the achievements, so any hundreds I'd take it. And about that had sensational wrestling and great heat. Will Ospreay defeated Kazuchika Okada in 38:53 with a Stormbreaker. Everything about the match was specifically designed to give it an epic feel in the eyes of the fans. That's the first time I've used epic, because I feel like I was in a position to do it. Ospreay wins the Battle of Los Angeles. So there's your all-out main event right there. The rematch for the AEW World Championship. Will Ospreay versus Kazuchika Okada. But Ospreay in 98, Okada in 97. The selling obviously takes it down a bit, but they've got great chemistry that boosts their performances. And the creative finish was a success as well. 98 wrestling, 77 crowd, 99 segment, fantastic. I really can't ask for much more, apart from a 100. And to finish the show, Ospreay's a winner, the crowd cheers, he takes in the applause, he gets presented the trophy, and we get the streamers at the end of the show, and we confirm it will be Will Ospreay, Kazuchika Okada, at AEW All Out. That is a 95 for the celebration. We got our first 100 show of the series and the first 100 show of the game, because obviously we used the wee boost for the arena, obviously a special stage, but I had a feeling we would have a good chance here, and I'm absolutely delighted with that one. It shows that if we pick the right people against each other, probably a bit obvious which people against each other, then we have a real strong chance of really getting as many 100 shows and getting these achievements tackled. I want to try and get most of them in this save, but obviously I appreciate there will be some that I will need to get in my offline save with DPW, but we definitely came clutch in the main event. A lot of these guys and girls will get a rest over the next couple of weeks, because it gives me a chance to focus on just dream matches for Forbidden Door. So there'll be like some dream matches, and then there'll just be some multi-mans and multi-women matches just to get people on the card. We'll have our Owen Hart Foundation tournament for basically the winner of the men's will get a TNT championship shot, the winner of the women's will get a TBS championship shot, and that'll be all out. And then obviously you get 2 main event matches pretty much set in stone, so a lot coming up, and I'm quite excited for that. But delighted with that one across the board. Increase our popularity in 57 regions. I think you've got to kind of praise Will and Okada. You could probably just praise everybody, but I think we'll just give them a great performance, and we'll go with that. Will's pleased, Okada's pleased, no injuries. We made 67 million off of our broadcast revenue. It's a bit of a cheat code, but to be fair, I don't think money really matters in this save. It's all going to go towards a physical Hall of Fame, and we can already pretty much get whoever we want anyway, so it's not really an option here. Popularity recap, the show was that good though. We gained 2 popularity in the Mid-South, Northwest, and quite a few other places as well, so mostly, well actually quite a lot of places, actually more places than I thought we're getting 2 over instead of 1, but yeah, absolutely delighted with that one across the board, and that'll make us quite comfortable in staying at the level we're at. Media scrum, Tay Mello has recently announced her pregnancy. It's great news, I'm pleased for her. Darius Martin is said to be extremely happy in AEW. I'm glad he's having a good time in AEW. Same for Rick Knox, same answer. Same for Kyle O'Reilly. God, he's happy. And Colton Gunn, okay. And the Beast Mortos. This is not a very good media scrum. And that was literally it. I was thought we'd get some maybe different questions. Obviously I just answered them all the same, because it's not as if I need to change anything for anyone higher up in the card. It was all kind of mid-card, or it's a shame to say Kyle O'Reilly's a mid-card, but in this kind of roster he is, because he's absolutely talented, but obviously apart from that, referees, etc. Oh, we've grew in size. That's perfect. So we obviously gained enough in Mexico and Canada. So AEW is rising fast. We'll take a wee look at that. May as well take a look at it now. So We've achieved 77 popularity in at least 5 main Latin regions in the US. Sorry, we're huge now. And 71 through Canada and Mexico. Yep, Mexico's across the board at 71. Canada, I think we were everywhere bar the Mar teams, so that's absolutely fine. So, we're chasing Titanic. Obviously, we get the achievement for moving to huge as well, so that's good. Achieve huge size, and also 77 in at least 5 areas of the game in total. So, what have we gander across? So, we're fine in the US. We're not fine in the US actually. We need to get Hawaii up because it's every region. So, that's one we need to get. You need to get the Martins in Saskatchewan and Canada. A good bit up in Mexico. Wales, and a bit more comfortable in Scotland and Ireland and the British Isles. Japan will take work. Europe's not bad, so that would already be 1, 2, 3, 4. And that'd be our 5th there, so we don't actually need to do too much. Get a bit to work in some places in Oceania. India's not horrible either, so I don't think we're really that far off getting to Titanic. I think you can get there in a couple of months if you've got a lot of good consistent shows, but that's promising. Anyway, show's an absolute success, as you would imagine. Tim Storm retired. So did Tiffany. So, Rise to Huge, Cablevision, we've only got one more episode and we let that go, that's fine, that's why I've got the pay-per-view overuse, because just get rid of that deal. Kota Minoura, 26. I might look at this Dragon Gate deal. What are they offering them? I'd rather just have them in like a development deal. Oh, that's fine. Handshake. Something would be good for ROH. Viewing figures, 26 million. 300 viewers on pay-per-view. But that's cool. So, 165. I'll just show you what I do. When I get the over 100 million, I literally just go into investments. There you go. Japan and Oceania. Back down to under 100 million. As quick as that. Makes it a bit easier, but as I say, it's more just attacking those 100 ratings that we're so close to getting. I just can't believe that. Best show, the two Battle Los Angeles were a complete success. In fact, you can really tell we're stepping it up, considering like May, July, and 2 shows in August have been better. I think it kind of adds point to what I always say to people, in a sense of it'll start off slow. I mean, if you just look at the difference between 2024 to 2025, once I get in a groove, you're laughing. So it's a little bit time, and I know I need to know that myself. If some says I may get frustrated, but it's absolutely there. Is MD able to get in the Hall of Fame? Tony Khan. That's it. No thanks. We'll ignore that then. So that's it. Cheers for watching. It's much appreciated. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you've got any other matches so far on TW. Who was in it? And yeah, as I say, AEW in Japan will be a kind of fun show. I don't anticipate there'll be too much kind of shenanigans there. I'll just do lots of alliance loans. Oh, I actually delayed a little bit, so that's good. So that's going to give me 3 weeks to book all out from Forbidden Door, because I can already start some storylines just now, so that's not too bad. Then you get the special Dynamite Grand Slam, and then we'll have Wrestle Dream Full Gear and World's End and Wrestle Dynasty, so it doesn't collide with Wrestle Kingdom. So thanks for watching, enjoy the rest of your day. Remember to check out the Fancy Booker subreddit, Great Dog Software forums for patches, etc., and a lot of written dynasties there are really good. I definitely recommend them. twdb.com and bethebooker.net, and hopefully in a few days' time we'll have our next episode up on that road to Forbidden Door. Take it easy, see you soon, bye bye.